Welcome to a new Shadow Sister Healing video. This is my weekly pick-a-pile reading, and today we have a theme of the changing fire horse year. It will be 17th of February as well. Same day, it's also solar eclipse, and I'm gonna read something about that. Maybe we show this horse here ready to start running. Horse is always in tarot also movement, so fire as well is fast moving. February 17th marks the first time in recorded history that a ring of fire solar eclipse will occur on the same day as the Lunar New Year. We aren't just casually stepping into the realms of fire energy. We are being rebirthed by the warmth of the cosmic mother. We are no longer buying into the narrative that the feminine is only soft, gentle, and yielding. Fire is the mother archetype, nurturing enough to provide warmth and safety, powerful enough to burn down anything that harms her children. These times we live right now call for action and illumination of what's been hidden for far too long. This rebirth is an initiation. We will no longer fear our intensity to create and be passionate. So this what is happening soon. We already have Aries shift. We had two planets, Neptune and now Friday Saturn, have moved to the 0 degrees of Aries, which also means like a fresh new start. And Aries energy is always this kind of action hero energy, emperor energy. While I have here these devils, I'm gonna call in this reading also as well. I will do soon the fire horse year prediction for all stars. I'm gonna pull during the reading for all stars, all piles now, this kind of very Aries related feminine leader energy, like the cosmic mother energy. I'm using this fearless fight like a girl deck, and in those horoscope readings that I make for all star signs about the fire horse year, there is already preview that you can see. I have pulled the first cards, but in this reading for these piles I'm gonna pull this, and now also this emperor Aries energy is showing here. This is usually pointing the devil energy, so in this case it's kind of like a someone wants to lead with fire. So pile number 1 we have Sergeant Major Military Police. So it's a little bit darkish here. You could take this Sunday reading a little bit as predictive as well of the whole fire horse year. So we have here Sergeant Major Police, solar plexus chakra. The shadow aspect of your reading, pile number 1, is Force Source, this Fenrir the Wolf. Then you have also for the horse year 7 of Wands in this pile, this kind of horse. And then we have Shadow of Light Oracle for this pile. Pile number 2, the Devil Emperor, the boss baby here is Chicory of Everett, 7 of Cups, 7 of Hearts. And you get the crown chakra energy, and the cards related to that bottom of the deck is the 2 of Fire, 2 of Wands. This is a Mercury. This deck shows sometimes those planets as men. Here we have also for your fire horse here energy is exactly the Emperor, PLEXUS. It's beautiful. I'm gonna read this in the card, and you will get this Anubis Oracle as a oracle deck. Pile number 3, we have First Sailor Belgian Navy, 2 of Swords, Sacral Chakra. You get the Erotic Fantasy Tarot, and the bottom of the deck shadow aspect you're reading is a 9 of Cups. And your horse for the horse here is 8 of Wands. And then you get this kind of animal related woodland wardens advice, life in the reading. Yeah, the theme is crime of science. It's follow the themes. These are not chapters in this book. These are titles I have invented. 12 titles I've invented for this book to follow. So today we have these book cards in this reading. But let's say overall, this one reading is also predictive reading that we're gonna look into the whole horse here. But it's up to you and your intuition which pile calls you. And that's reading is for you. And yes, in the reading I also pull these crime and shadow cards, these karma cards, and yes, this fight like a girl cards. So let's start this divine revelation show. See you in your reading. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. These are your first card. You can look more closely about the predictive ruler energy. Certain matter military bodies, and then we see this kind of very north, almost like a Mount Everest kind of place. Very. Of course, I don't want to be politic in my reading, but this makes me immediately thinking about something happenings in the north part of the globe. It could be something about those regions in the north. There is some military police action. But anyway, this is now as well. This looks very active, this 7 of Wands. Of course, this is 7 of Wands is holding your ground, defending what's yours, keeping your boundaries. I think the first thing I read here is from this book. And also I'm going to use today the Golden Compass as a tarot spread. So we're going to start with The Secret History by Donna Tartt. First text, just to read the first part, is: "You don't care about goddamn thing, do you?" I heard Bunny scream. This was followed by a crash as it of books being swept from desk to floor. Not a thing but your own effing self. You and all the rest of them. I would like to know just what Julian would think, you bastard, if I told him a couple of... Don't touch me, he shrieked. Get away. So there is arguments coming. This is really exactly this crime of silence. What is kept in the hidden start to kind of cook and boil. It's a nature of secrets. It cannot stay forever hidden, something that is toxic, start to boil. So the whole text is here. I'm gonna show this. Maybe we're gonna see this. In retrospect, it is odd how little power the dead farmer exercised over an imagination as morbid and hysterical as my own. I can well imagine the extravagance of nightmares such as a thing might provoke, opening the door to a dream classroom, the flannel-shirted figure without a face propped goallessly at a desk, or turning from his work at the blackboard to grin at me. But I suppose it is rather telling that I seldom thought of it at all, and then only when I was reminded in some way. I believe the others were troubled by it as little as or less than I was, as evidenced by the fact that they all had carried on so normally and in such good humor for so long. Monstrous as it was, the corpse itself seemed little more than a prop, something brought out in the dark by stagehands and laid at Henry's feet, to be discovered when the lights came up. The picture of it, staring and dumb in all its gore, never failed to provoke an anxious little frisson, but still it seemed relatively harmless compared to very real and persistent menace which I now saw that Bunny presented. Bunny, for all his appearance of amiable, callous stability, was actually a wildly erratic character. There were any number of reasons for this, but primary among them was his complete inability to think about anything before he did it. He sailed through the world guided only by the dim lights of impulse and habit, confident that his course would throw up no obstacles so large that they could not be plowed over with sheer force of momentum. But his instincts had failed him in the new set of circumstances presented by the murder. Now the old trusted channel markers had, so to speak, been rearranged in the dark. The automatic pilot mechanism by which his psyche navigated was useless. Decks awash, he floundered aimlessly, running on sandbars, veering off in all sorts of bizarre directions. To the casual observer, I suppose he seemed pretty much his jolly old self, slapping people on the back, eating Twinkies and ho-hos in the reading room of the library, and dropping crumbs all down in the bindings of the Greek books. Behind that bluff facade, some distinct and rather ominous changes were taking place, changes of which I was already dimly aware, but which made themselves more evident as time went on. In some respect, it was as if nothing had happened at all. We went to our classes, did our Greek, and generally managed to pretend among one another and everyone else that things were all right. At the time, it hardened me that Bunny, in spite of his obvious disturbed state of mind, nonetheless continued to follow the old routine so easily. Now, of course, I see that the routine was all that held him together. It was his one remaining point of reference, and he clung to it with a fierce Pavlovian tenacity, partly through a habit and partly because he had nothing with which to replace it. I suppose the others sensed that the continuation of the old rituals was in some respect a charade for Bunny's benefit, kept up in order to suit him, but I did not, nor did I have any idea how disturbed he really was until the following event took place. We were spending the weekend at Francis' house. Aside from the barely perceptible strain which manifested itself in all dealings with Bunny at the time, things seemed to be going smoothly, and he had been in a good mood at dinner that night. When I went to bed, he was still downstairs drinking wine left from dinner and playing backgammon with Charles, to all appearances his usual self. But sometime in the middle of the night, I was awakened by a loud, incoherent bellowing from down the corridor in Henry's room. I sat up in bed and switched on the light. "You don't care about goddamn thing, do you?" I heard Bunny scream. This was followed by a crash, as if books being swept from desk to floor. "Not a thing but your own effing self. You and all the rest of them. I'd like to know just what Julian would think, you bastard, if I told him a couple of—" "Don't touch me," he screamed. "Get away." There is really this kind of arguments that get already physical. What this tells me, that if we are seeing this predictive energy, and there is this as a warning, as a devil energy, charge and major military bodies, maybe there is some coldness in the form of military, that is exactly not good feeling if you cannot be in peace. There are some very color here. I don't want to say which which country in the Second World War, but this looks a little bit that style, so not the best energy coming up here. Let's see now this Seven of Wands immediately, because this will be in the center of your golden compass as a guiding energy. I of course want to stay in the positive side, but these are little warnings as we see them. And maybe before even we start reading this, I'm gonna see another little warning. This is the darkness, the crime. That is part of this reading. Be aware. Okay, motive. 9 of Cups. It's also a wish fulfillment, engagement, and commitment card, but in this kind of crime and shadow deck is motive. So if anybody do anything, they always have a motive, and that's how you can actually solve the crime when you start to see who had a motivation to do this crime. Whatever it is, people have motive. Seven of Wands. The horse here. is Valkyria. The Valkyries were magnificent young women who rode their flying horses over battlefields to collect the souls of warriors ordered to enter Odin's Hall of the Slain in Valhalla. The chosen warriors battled all day and feasted each night, served by the Valkyries. In Viking mythology, the Valkyries were also considered warriors who earned a place in Valhalla. The Valkyrie on this card brings success to all those who have struggled for it. You are now in a strong position to carry your dreams and desires to success. You have faced adversity and won. And you can meditate upon this card to help you build self-confidence and determination. Yes, you have to be confident, take action. Okay, before we're gonna see again the fire horse here, complete 1 year energy for pile number 1 now. This fight like a girl, what is that kind of fight showing here? Maybe a bigger stone. Show me pile number 1's energy for the whole year. This. The sleeping fight, 12. Interesting. This is also kind of a little bit like how you dream something. This fulfillment, like the near it is. This will be in the center of your compass soon. So, miraculous things happen in our sleep. Slumber is your first line of defense against illness and the primary ally for your physical wellness aside from healthy food and clean water. The body repairs itself during our sleep, which makes our nocturnal rest a shamanic healing ally. Additionally, your soul is free to travel, loosening the tight restraints your conscious mind put on your life. When your light body meets the dream time, it also travels back with new perspectives in a form of dreams, attempting to lighten your load both physically and spiritually. Pay close attention to your sleep cycles at this time. Your answer might very well be waiting for you in the healing space of slumber. Powerful dreamer. Interesting, this crime of silence becomes like a good night's sleep. That your conscious is clean. You can sleep your night well. It's almost feeling like that. You do your right things, you can also sleep well. Okay, we have this Tarot of Divine deck to show now the golden compass. So we start. First one is, where are you coming from now to this Lunar New Year? These are like folk tales and fairy tales around the world. It's interesting to see what kind of countries are showing up also. So what is behind you? What is in the front of you, pile number 1? And the next move to make. So if you're talking about the fire action, is always like a know what you're doing. When you take action, the result in the fire horse here happens fast, so it's better to know what you're doing. So here, where are you coming from? King of Swords. Powerful words, powerful slaying the words here. Let me read immediately this. Mastery of words, coming from that. Griffin, Persian mythology. The King of Swords represents wisdom enhanced by power. The griffin is a noble and intelligent creature soaring over land and sea, a symbol for patience, perseverance, and judgment. Authority, structure, logic, self-discipline, loyalty. I think the self-discipline was kind of mentioned here too, or confidence. Now, what is behind you? 10 of Wands. So it's time to let go this kind of pushing to a project, like sacrificing yourself in the process when you're working. Like not able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, because this is that kind of story. Of course, it's good to see like you have got a lot done. You leave that behind, like you can be like celebrating also like all the thing you've done. Interesting, this is also wand energy, so there is a lot still to master, let's say. It's kind of showing this horse year goes from all the work you've done on top of it, like you work on top of it. So it's important what you've done, but maybe the style of working changes. Timbo tree, Paraguay legend. The Ten of Wands represents taking on too much and refusing to accept help. When Sagua's daughter went missing, he searched alone in vain. A timbo tree grew from his ear when he died. Bearing fruits, he labored for but was unable to enjoy. Overwhelm, stress, obligation, refusing aid and duty. Yes, so it is really like slaving yourself to a project. You're leaving that behind. You're coming from this kind of mastery of words. Maybe you are somebody who is professionally speaking or using words. But that is your strength. That you're able to slay what you say. Then you have been working very hard. Now let's see what is in front of you. Knight of Cups. Okay, it's like a romantic knight. This is beautiful. This is also like a poet type. Beautifully, even this is not a griffin, it almost looks like you are just like having this eagle giving you overview. More powerful when you have like allies. Knight of Cups, I see always like a poet archetype and this kind of romantic person who is even in his love relationship is messaging and is taking action in this feelings way. More moving forward to court somebody that is front of you. Maybe some new lover, or there is this energy. Halibu the hunter. The Knight of Cups is a messenger. Halibu is kind and gentle, but also willing to take a stand for what he believes in. Halibu provides for his village, and after befriending a dragon, he willingly sacrifices himself to save everyone he loves. Chivalry, affection, invitation, taking action, meaningful gifts. The thing in front of you is seeing yourself at this kind of like caring warrior. So here this kind of female on the horse. Interesting, there is really this coming. There is also this very similar, even this is different in tarot, but they look the same. This is now activated, so I mean they're both like, what is next? This Valkyria, it's a female and man, they both have an eagle. Very, very like keeping an overview of a situation. And now next move to make. Still the horse. Wow, the horse here is beautifully shown here. Knight of Swords. So if these are often, when these are aligned, they are aligned. This energy is completely showing that you are now taking active approach. This what you have been is maybe contemplating on words and being really like a little bit like a passive, but still mastering the kingdom with logic. Here, it's powerful actions are being made. Always on a horse. So movement is now the thing. Things are moving. These are not stagnant now this year. This is really the horse year energy. And then sleeping fight. Maybe you have to keep this kind of balance in the middle of all this action. Sleep enough. Hang Tuah, Malaysian legend. The Knight of Sword is a strong and assertive warrior. Hang Tuah, an intelligent soldier, is unafraid of leaping into battle and employing unconventional techniques to win. He is rebellious, loyal, and a fierce champion. Intellect, bravery, confidence, being action-oriented. And this being action-oriented is now next move to make. Think about everything like this is the fire horse year. Is a time for action. It's not time for thinking anymore. It's taking action. Everything shows here. You're leaving even behind this kind of energy where you are like stuck in some place just to work. You are taking new roads. It's also kind of climbing on the high mountains where the eagles fly. You're really rising your summits where you're able to go. It's almost like you're rising upper the mountain. Okay, let's see. Let's take a karma card now. This predictive year reading. You pick this. It is now, you should pay attention. Astrologically, we have Sagittarius energy. Spiritual insight to understand, mental, the wisdom of, and physical resulting from the understanding of. So the swords here, indeed, you have to kind of have an intel of the things. So to understand, insight and understanding is also next move to make. You have to understand what you're doing and the impact you're making. This is kind of emotionally going forward also, but emotionally intelligent as well. Hitting to the target with the arch. Nice fire energy, also Sagittarius fire energy. Next, let's have a little bit of, doesn't have to be so long reading. We have now here, feelings card. Let's close my eye. Pile number 1. And okay. This box now, this is very like a solar eclipse. Circle style. Good feelings of a person. Conversations. Oh, there is really like a person who is highest interest for you. They want to keep conversation on. Or they are talking to other people also about you. Then I feel very close to you, Calvin Harris. I wear my heart upon my sleeve, like a big deal. Your love pours down on me, surrounded me like a waterfall, and there's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now. Well, we have here, talk to me, Harry Winston. Tell me all about it. This conversation is really good, like the source of the thing. And then we have again bird here. Hello, handsome. P.S. You are my true love. Wow, this is like a really spring birds activated here. Like even though that you are like the griffin, like a really powerful bird, fantasy bird. Okay, let's see now the advice. This is for your pile, light and shadow. We need to talk about still as advice. Love unheard. Wow, number 7. Today is also 7 reading. Interesting that this 7 number, okay? It fits to the colors. I love how this fits to the colors here. It's like blending in here. Yeah, let's see if everything is going. Yes. So this is your advice, part number 1 for the fire year. There is seldom love without hurt, and we must be willing to risk feeling hurt in order to gain the ultimate and exquisite feeling of love, both for others and by others. If you ever experience that unreal feeling, you might feel convinced it's worth the pain that comes with it. However, if you experience awful feelings of hurt, you might have opposite feelings towards it. You might feel that it's not worth it at all. But the longer time goes without daring to love and be loved again, the more you're missing out on. It's easy to think that love is the reward we get for putting up with the hurt. But what if we could turn around the perspective? What if we could see the hurt as a lesson and look at it from the outside and think, what has this hurt taught me about love? Instead of feeling that we have to sacrifice something for love, we can collect little messages to use to grow the love instead. Passively waiting for the pain to pass or for the love to flourish is not going to be enough. It might only overwhelm you with negative feelings and dreams that might never come true. Love is not a thing that happens, it is something that you do. Therefore, it needs to be worked on. By dealing with the pain and going through it, you give love a chance to flourish around you. Affirmation. I accept the hurt that comes with love as a lesson to help me move forward. I'll give you this exercise. Use your most hurtful love experience as an example. Write down the things that happened that made you feel hurt. Next to each point, write down what this has taught you. I think the overall theme here is that there is time for action. I didn't mention this Two of Pentacles, of course, keeping all the balls in the air. Like this kind of having like a flow in what you do. So there is definitely things need to be moving in this fire horse here. And then horse is connected in the Gemini energy. Usually if you connect the Chinese to astrology, there's definitely this communication for you. And you should be expressing in conversations that you love somebody. Person need to hear it. Okay, I think this is a reading. Let's move to the next. Let's see what happens with that golden compass. This was your golden compass. Welcome to your reading pile number 2. Let's start immediately reading the chapter. For you, the quote is, facts stronger than fiction. You have this emperor, very Aries style horse, PLEXUS here. I'll show that while I read. You think I'm crazy, don't you? Bunny said abruptly. Somehow I'd always known it was going to happen this way. The two of us alone, Bunny drunk, late at night. Why, no, I said. All you need is a little. You think I'm a lunatic. Bats in the belfry. Nobody listened to me, he said, his voice rising. I was alarmed. Calm down, I said. I'm listening to you. Well, listen to this, he said. It was 3 in the morning when he stopped talking. The story he told was drunken and garbled, out of sequence and full of vituperative, self-righteous digression, but I had no problem understanding it. It was a story I already heard. While we sat there mute, my desk light was shining in my eyes. The party across the way was still going strong, and a faint but boisterous rap song dropped obtrusively in the distance. Bunny's breathing had become loud and asthmatic. His head fell on his chest, and he woke with a start. What? He said, confused, as if someone had come up behind him and shouted in his ear. Oh, yes. I didn't say anything. What do you think about that? I was unable to answer. I'd hoped faintly that he might have blacked it all out. Damnest thing. Facts truer than fiction, boy. Wait, that's not right. How is go? Facts stranger than fiction, I said mechanically. It was fortunate, I suppose, that I didn't have to make an effort to look shaken up or stunned. I was so upset I was nearly sick. Just goes to show, said Bunny drunkenly. Could be the guy next door. Could be anybody. Never can tell. I put my face in my hands. Tell anybody you want. Bunny said. Tell the goddamn major, I don't care. Lock 'em right up in the combination post office and jail they got down by the courthouse. Think he's so smart, he muttered. Well, if this wasn't Vermont, he wouldn't be sleeping so well at night, let me tell you. So this is when the bunny has confessed, like the Richard didn't let Bunny yet know that he knew about the farmer being killed in this ritualistic way when they they had this kind of Dionysian rite going on with this Greek study group. One he knew and was greatly disturbed, and now he was confessing it to him, like a close ally. Here you have this devil for this reading is Chicory Everest, 7 of Cups. It's really dreamy. This kind of very lover kind of dreamy. And then we have this kind of love message here as well. That's kind of nice energy for your fire horse here. This kind of love message is flying around. Being a big dreamer, then this Pegasus flying around very powerfully. This is usually like a very, very good. Let me read immediately that, because that will lay the foundation for your fire horse here. Where I put the booklet? Here. This is Fantastical Creature Tarot. Some nice stories. You got this Emperor energy here. It's time to really take a leadership. Pegasus. As messenger for the Greek deities, Pegasus held a position of high respect and power. His strong, inspirational and psychic qualities are reflected in the canyon rocks. His great physical strength is balanced by his powerful spiritual wings that can take him directly to Olympus. Pegasus was considered wise, graceful, gentle, and so pure that all of the Olympian deities loved him. The muses, goddesses of inspiration, worked with Pegasus to bring ideas, inventions, and creativity to humans. Good and powerful influences come into your life. Achievement and honor will come through the influence of a strong, supportive male. If the surrounding cards are positive, this is a good time for business affairs. If surrounded by negative cards, take great care in what you do and say. Use with the Empress card and the World or other cards to symbolize what you want to manifest. If you use Emperor card, be certain all actions adhere to the letter of the law. This is really like this today's The Secret History was talking about some crime maybe. This is like being like a messenger of something that is pure and good. Staying on the good side. Okay, let me show now this again, this fight like a girl energy. That is this Aries energy as a strong female fighter as well. Final two, what is your the Chimera fight? Interesting. And that is totally Aries-like. It has the horns. So when the Emperor is this Aries-related card, here we have the woman wearing the Aries kind of horns. There is definitely leadership highlighted here. And female leaders are able to be compassionate leaders, and that is very powerful. You should be able to be like a good, just leader who is compassionate, also not only just like a tyrant. Keep the heart involved also in your decision. Chimera fight. In Greek mythology, a chimera was a fire-breathing female monster with a lion's head, a goat's body, and serpent's tail. Interesting, this fire horse, you get this. So, ally, modern interpretation of the word encompasses anyone who is not one thing. Like human and a ram, like me, like you, we are all light, shadow, queen, servant, fighter, lover. Now is the time to practice the fine art of wild inclusion and embrace your chimeric nature. Make peace with all the parts of yourself, even the ugly or unwanted parts. Make a space for all. Give voice to the shame, malice, and anger, and every other outlawed part of the psyche. This is the way we create integrity, ensuring that no part of our inner realm is involved with factions, divisions, or rebellions. Now is the time to own your inner chimera and embrace all of you. It's almost talking about this society, like if something needs to be changed, it's like everybody has to be included. It's not just these elites and some, like the put ruler knows also that it's serving the people. Politicians also are serving the country's people. It's not serving themselves. Beautiful. Do we get still the darkness here? Yes, let's get the darkness before go to this golden compass. Point number 2, that is the darkness. I should talk about, okay, firepower, inside empty house, private property location. Here I have scripted this like that. That is like a crime location. Inside an empty house, but this is of course a firepower. This is like the elemental power. We clearly have this firepower now in the fire horse here. Okay, let's start to spin the wheel. The golden compass. So where are you coming from? Let's show now. Where are you coming from? Pile number 2. This one. What is behind you? This here. Oh yes, let's put this all here. It was last time to do this. So what is behind you? Okay, I already opened it. Interesting. Maybe I have to open this too. This is really like a eclipse season. It's like big changes are happening, and we have this water element. It is been definitely water years. We have had Pisces related years and very water energy going on. So then what is front of you? It's already showed like that. I have to see it. It came like this. So to take. I think I have to take all of them because they came like that. There's a lot to unpack here. Then we have the next move to make. Hermit. Path. Are you on the right path? That is a question for you, pile number 2, because you should be sure that this is your path. Interesting. So we have this Tower card as where you're coming from. So past year might have been with the snake year that there has been a lot of like something dark, like a hitting, like you know that you have to change something. Then behind you is this kind of water element. In front of you is first showing air, so Ace of Swords, elemental. If this is elemental water, this is really like the page of water. Very, very dreamy inner child healing energy. Front of you is big dreams, big like ability to manifest things with your mind as a power. Then we have again 9 of cups. Maybe I'm gonna read this Indian thing, and then the 7 of water. This is about the math. Things have to be just and fair, like this goddess in Egypt. This also calls about balance. I think everything calls about balance here. Future and next move to make it is be sure that you're on the right path. What should I read of this? I think that this 9 of water here in the middle is meaningful. It's prosperity. It's in front of you. Lakshmi is the beloved Hindi goddess of prosperity. She governs over abundance and wealth, both material and spiritual. She is known for generosity, freely giving to all those who would but receive her gifts. No matter how much she shares, she never runs short, for there is more than enough for everyone. There is no moral judgment about which sort of prosperity, material or spiritual, is more desirable. Lakshmi and her devotees love and honor both, for one is the reflection of the other, another instance of as above, so below. An interesting law seems to be at work with Lakshmi. It seems that she is able to give without restriction, and by doing so only increases her own prosperity and her generosity. In a symbiotic twist, she needs those to give to in order to increase her own blessings. Likewise, it would seem that we also, in order to fully enjoy our blessings, need others with whom to share. Lakshmi seems to teach us that giving increases rather than lessens our prosperity. The Nine of Water promises increased prosperity, both material and spiritual, as well as others to share it with. Blessings and gifts and revelations abound as it from nowhere. Simple in response to your own generous actions and simple request. You might get revelations. This is happening next future. In front of you, it's like you will get some possible message in your dream. Interesting, that was also in the Pineapple V1. So pay attention to your dreams this year. Then we have this Maat, that everything has to be just. I was talking about this Emperor energy, that indeed when you're a good leader, you are following the rules and you are respecting the agreements, being honest, and all these virtues. Maat is Egyptian goddess of justice. Interesting, we're gonna get Egyptian advice soon. Divine order. So Maat is Egyptian goddess of justice, divine order, truth, and moral law. Her job is to weigh the heart of the departed against the fetter of truth. If she is satisfied with accounting, the soul moves on. If not, the soul is destroyed. Maat's final decisions and power are such that even the other gods and goddesses must abide by her determination. Maat represents the rules of order that keep the universe moving forward and not falling into chaos. This would be talking about this. There's been like chaos, so now indeed you have to get some rules back to take sense of this chaos. A strict balance must be observed, and very likely the ancient Egyptians no doubt had their own ideas about how this all worked. However, Maat does not represent just the Egyptian worldview. For us today, she can represent our own views of justice and truth and balance. She is symbol for what we believe is the ideal heart, the one that lives most closely aligned with our beliefs of what is right. Seven of Water is time of accounting. It is time to consider our actions and measure them against our beliefs. We should be living according to what we claim to be right. Before acting, we ask ourselves, is this the action of the person or of the person I wish to be? And you got the same actually here as your initial devil, like a leader who's very much wanting to send messages. This is also here. So two cards now repeat. So this is definitely going to be important for you. This question was here. Ask yourself, is this the action of the person I wish to be? So your action show who you are in this fire horse year. What action you take, it show who you are. Choices you make you. So pay attention what you do with that firepower. That's who you are. And that's the path you have chosen. And this is the next step to make what path you actually choose. Then you are like honestly going that path. I'm gonna read this Major Arcana card. Majors in the line 16 and 9. I think this chaos was here to make you more clear who you are. That's you have to experience what you're not before you know who you are. The path. Every witch, every pagan, every person for that matter lives their own life and works their own path. While there are moments and beliefs that we can share, times when we can help and support each other, When it comes right down to it, our journey is our own. We decide what to do, what to think, what to feel, and what to believe. We determine our values and set our priorities. No matter how entwined our lives are with others, at the day of the day, alone in the woods, we take our own journey. We walk our own path. Fortunately, when we are alone, focused on our own heart and our own connection with the divine, that is when we can best hear the divine's voice and see its guidance. Our path becomes visible and wisdom becomes our companion. Beautiful. Always this kind of, you are your own authority. Okay, let's see now. This advice card. Oh, no. First, karma card. This is the whole horse here, actually. Number 2. You should pay attention. Okay, sun. So what is your sun sign? Here was very much pointing towards the aries. It's of course Virgo card as well, this hermit. But the spiritual, the creation of, mental, the gaining of respect for or from, physical things brought to life or light. Very masculine energy. Again, firepower in a very big way. Sun. Can everything what you do be shown in the sunlight? It's almost like this. You have to live so that what you do can be seen in the sunlight too. Okay, now this advice card from the Anubis Oracle. We have here Osiris, 13, regeneration, transmutation, beauty. Okay, this is really big like transformation energy. Death also. Something has to die. This talks about something that you also have to change. Osiris is the enlightened ruler and husband of Isis, who was murdered by his brother Set. Through the love and magical practice of Isis, he was revived sufficiently to transmit to her the seed of Horus. He had previously fathered Anubis with Isis' sister Nephthys. In Egyptian mystery teachings, all beings strive to awaken as Osiris. The purpose of scriptures such as Egyptian Book of the Dead, which is actually the book of coming forth by day, is to guide souls through the transition of death, as well as the transition of shamanic rites of passage through death and the underworld. Although Osiris has long been associated with death and called the Lord of the Underworld, it is more appropriate to acknowledge him here as the archetypal regenerative principle that transmutes outward deteriorating form into its renewed, shining manifestation of beauty. Osiris can be found in the primordial, watery deep and in river itself. He invites us to let go and rest upon his early green chest as he wraps his supportive arms around our bodies and turns us into that which we are in the process of becoming. If you've chosen this card, you've been asked to enter deeply into the process of transmutation and regeneration. You are being given the opportunity to experience death of the old consciously and to embrace the beauty that is possible for each of us to experience as we are reborn into the next level of our potential. Things are changing in our world, and it can be an exciting time, regardless of what is happening around you. Take time to be quiet and listen for the whispers from Osiris that come from the deepest recesses of your being. He will speak to you of possibilities, potential, and beauty. Feel the spirits of regeneration within you when you communicate with him. I think this is also some really depth is coming from your subconscious mind. What is the right way to do things? It's also almost like here this chimera fight is also touching herself to recall who he is. Really all parts in this kind of regenerative process to accept all you can be, and then you taking clearly that path. not being afraid. Okay, now let's have here current feelings of your person. I'm gonna close my eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see. This is some current feelings of person. It's compassion is golden. Oh, ghost can't rest. Fears, fear of loss, feeling vulnerable, wandering soul, restless, energy, insecure, lost in twilight. This looks really like this next move to make. Talks about lost in twilight. Maybe we have to verify this a little bit. I feel very close to you. Was same as Palmborn. Calvin Harris. I wear my heart upon my sleeve like a big deal. Your love pours down on me, surround me like a waterfall, and there is no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now. This is a bit like that. Even this. Oh, this waterfall is really like elephants are pouring water. Let me in. Monster song by Rem 1994. I had a mind to try to stop you. Let me in, let me in. Well, I got tar on my feet and I can see all the birds look down and laugh at me, clumsy crawling out of my skin. Oh, this is such a sad song. Even this image, when I have done a reading, Who Killed Kurt Cobain, this came as his energy being really much alone. And this RM song, like Moikus type, he made it for the Kurt. I think sometimes when I hear this, I have a mind to try to stop you. Let me in, let me in. It's almost like feeling fearful, like you are losing somebody because they have to let you in. You have to get in contact with them before it's too late. I have mind to try to stop you. What is that? I think it's important to be communicating lovingly. Whatever is it. Can be even in the songs and in even that your subconscious mind is allowing you to be willing to hear advices even from people. And this ghost is here. Let's have a directly message what the ghost wanna say. I always see like there is one dead person here in this reading trying to come through. And the Osiris also dead here. So somebody from beyond time and space is wanting to say something. What is that? The Empress. Maybe somebody's mother or this mother energy. There is Empress. What about the Empress? What we need to know about her? Strength. Strong. Being strong. Okay, what more? I don't understand what's related to these two things. Of course, strength is always inside and outside strength. You need it. We have here Three of Pentacles. It's about a team. And Page of Wands. Look at really the full card, like minor full card, going to new territories to explore things. What is this time? Let me in. Maybe it's just that somebody is always doing things on their own. To understand you are surrounded by your relatives like a mother, or like there's like all this help around you. Still the person, it's really like landing here, like same kind of landscape. walking alone in these woods. Page of Wands. Being adventurous. Watch out where you step. This is also like you need wings to in some difficult path. Okay, let me verify one more thing. This next step to make is this part. What is this part about? What we need to know? File number 2, now on the horse here. What we need to know about the next move? Okay, it's just working. It's working hard, but it's really meaning you have to do a lot of things alone. It is a lot of things you need to do alone also here. This is a creative power, of course, of Mother Nature also, but like a Mother energy is this creative force. I was making this kind of intro text about this horse here. I was saying about them. Fire is the mother archetype. Nurturing enough to provide warmth and safety, powerful enough to burn down anything that harms her children. This Page of Wands is also fire energy. You need light on your path. There's light coming from this kind of moonlight or something, but this person has a torch in the hand. And the light maybe here is that you are doing your purpose. You are doing the work that serves other people too. Here was also working on something project. So just this work can give you, the next step is to do what you feel called to. Do your work. Stay focused. This is here. But this is, you need fire. You need this kind of engine. You keep working. You keep busy. There's even the sun here saying like the creation of the gain of respect from things brought to light. From like, yes. You take these powerful actions to make things visible. Interesting, this let me in monster. I see this like that. Sometimes we are afraid of our highest potential. I wanted to kind of say this, I didn't say in this reading, but I want to kind of say this reading that this is also kind of your higher self and give guidance. The Chimera fight, accept all part of it and use all strength you got. We have here strength. Person connecting with others also with this work. Interesting, this sun is here as a pentacle also. It's always a new day. The power of the sun is always like there is a day power. What can happen in one day? A lot can happen in one day. Moon is kind of 28. Of course, it's 365 days in the year, but moon is like this kind of cycles and emotions. Here we see this kind of powerful taking action energy. Even the person is alone, they have a lot to focus. Okay, I end this pile number 2 here. It was interesting. Okay, let's move to the next. Welcome to reading pile number 3. You have selected this kind of powerful leader or devil, first sailor Belgian Navy, and this is like a verify card for this interesting. It's also a boat. When I get this card, I'm always like, wow, they're so aligned. Then you have here also the 8 of Wands, this kind of momentum, kind of horse from the Viking mythology. But let's start reading this secret history card first. First is the crime of silence. Hi, it's me, I said quickly. Something happened. What, he said, suddenly alert. I could hear him sitting up in bed. He told me just now. There was a long silence. Hello, I said. Call Henry, said Charles abruptly. Hang up the phone and call him right now. So this. I suppose it would be interesting to say that at this point I felt torn in some way, grappled with the moral implications of each of the courses available to me. But I don't recall experiencing anything of sort. I put on a pair of loafers and went downstairs to call Henry. The payphone in Monmouth was on a wall by the back door, too exposed for my taste, so I walked over the science building, my shoes squelching on the dewy grass, and found a particularly isolated booth on the third floor near the chemist labs. The phone must have rung 100 times. No answer. Finally, in exasperation, I pressed down the receiver and dialed the twins. 8 rings, 9, then, to my relief, Charles' sleepy hello. Hi, it's me, I said quickly. Something happened. What? He said, suddenly alert. I could hear him sitting up in bed. He told me just now. There was a long silence. Hello, I said. Call Henry, said Charles abruptly. Hang up the phone and call him right now. So this was very short, but it's about like there's always kind of like a leader in any crime. This Henry is kind of the mastermind of all. And even this Richard is like kind of going to obey this boy. It's interesting how somebody you can be trapped in the crime of silence, like you are like alliance. Even you didn't do anything. Here is the case, he didn't even do anything, and he wanna be part of his group. What makes him to commit to this kind of crime of silence? To keep it inside. He could be also calling to police now, but no, he called to these people who actually did this. So we have here this sailor. This is two of swords. This can be really a choice. Choices you make who you are, and this is like a choice in this 5 horse here that it's really important what choices you make. Then you kind of, if you're captain of the ship, you sail on and then things start happening. I think I want to read immediately this horse energy as well. This is for you. This is Odin's horse Sleipnir. Sleipnir is the name given to Odin's great horse, which the Norse god of war rode on his eternal quest for knowledge. This powerful 8-legged horse has no wings, yet can fly over land, water, or any boundary, even the wall surrounding the underworld. Sometimes Sleipnir transports souls into the otherworld, helping them make contact with deceased loved ones. You will gain wisdom and knowledge on any journey with Sleipnir. On the card, a trail of wands signifies continuing change, and the spiral portrays positive moving energy. There is a rapid movement in your life. Be prepared to take sudden action in order to gain success. You may receive a message from a distance or make a journey. And magical uses call upon Sleipnir's power to carry you on astral journeys or guide you while dreaming. Interesting. Dreaming energy was part of the other piles too. It's like if you are like now having the fire horse here, it's almost talking about you have ignited this kind of fire inside of you. Maybe the fire shows powerfully even in the dreams. And you could take action to remember those dreams or write them down, take those kind of action, little actions. So let me show now this fight like a girl. Is that fight coming? Because Aries is really like a warrior type. What is here? Sacral chakra is of course Emperor and Empress on throne. Not to fall martyr. People pleaser. This is now activated. For you, very Aries looking energy. The self-centered fight. Being really on a mountain top. Sure of yourself. Okay, I read it also now. Before we get this golden compass. To see how this goes. After this reading, I'm gonna do all the star signs. So then there is specific star sign related reading, but this is now, if you pick the pile, this is for you. You can pick, of course, more piles, but this is often different energy in each pile. When you fight like a girl, self-centered doesn't mean selfish. It means being centered in your power. It means you recognize that you are the center of the wheel of your own life. All spokes lead out from you. Therefore, it is your divine order to keep yourself centered so you can do best for yourself, your life, and your loved ones. If you want to maintain your center, vow not to let what's urgent get in the way of what's important. Notice what brings you alive. Make a list of things that inspire you, then prioritize them in your day and week. Create a protective golden circle boundary around them. In order to thrive, you must spend time with what's essential. No one and nothing can dictate what keeps you centered except you. Yes. It's your journey, your boat you are entering, and this thing. Let's start seeing the wheel. Yes. Oh yes, I have to take the crime and shadow. This is always showing the shadow. Still little shadow in your year. What is it? For short. Ghost. Part that went numb. Sleeping pill, new moon, evidence and tools, death. Darkness is if you're really indeed just sleeping and doing nothing. You have to recognize that this year is about fire and doing. Things start to happen, and you cannot sleep in the burning house. Okay, let's start to see this golden compass. Where are you coming from? Pile number 3. What is behind you? Okay, I get all this. What is in front of you? And the next move to make. Pile number 3. Yes. Erotic fantasy tarot. Let's see. Wow, judgment. Coming from that, there is really some kind of like a divine like an apocalypse now. There is like a wake-up call. Something is happening. You cannot indeed sleep like a sleeping beauty. Things are happening now. This is times of action. Recalling. Being awake. Being awake. Awakening is happening, yes. Coming from this kind of awakening. Maybe you indeed have your awakening moment. Awareness, the need for change, divine revelation, and move in order to achieve satisfaction. Accept what does not work and prepare for change. Yes. You are strong if you are knowing what doesn't work and what does, and then go to a place that is for you. Not stay stagnant in the place that is not for you. Understanding what needs to change and take action. And what is behind you? The sadness and loss. It's very much this energy here. All this. Well, this is like a, let's say, like a sword energy. Things can be hard. This is the heart loss and grieving. Then as well, maybe the information hurt you. Like something that was revealed can be a truth that has hurt you. You are leaving that behind. You're supposed to learn lessons from whatever you lost. You should not carry it around anymore. You should leave the package behind. And what is in front of you? Wow, very much the firepower. Knight of fire, Knight of Wands. Going with this horse year energy. Wow, we have really like a time to passionately build stuff. with action. It's no time to indeed be stagnant. Next move is to take action, powerfully sexy action here. Allow yourself to be this kind of action hero. Courage and impetuosity. Spur your horse into a gallop. Enormous pleasures come from enormous endeavors. Action. Embark on new adventures, accepting the risks that may lead to remarkable results. Really, this is like that. Stepping into this boat. And what's the next move to make? Okay, this you need tactics still. Careful with the enemy. It's like there is some war here. You have to be careful. I see always this like a Kill Bill. Now we have really this kind of Kill Bill person here also. Female warrior. So, tragedy, the pain indeed. This is what I talk about here. You leave behind, but maybe this is a little bit motivation and you want to get even with somebody. But don't be toxic about it. But this is now next move to make. You have to be strategical. Follow your own path. What's this? Yeah, follow your own path. The rebellious prisoner. Pursue your own pleasure without fear of deception. Do what you think is right, refusing constraints and excessive compromise. Yes, it's my way or highway. That kind of attitude. Like this is time to be I am energy, who I am, and take it. It's like time to call your powers in. Being this empress or emperor on a throne, not to be people pleaser indeed. You might hurt yourself if you always serve other people. You have to understand what you need, even using tactics sometimes to get it. Interesting. Okay, let me give you advice. Oh no, astrological. It's like a yearly energy. Talking a little bit like this kind of like a fights coming up. Horse running. It's like horse coming at like a jump. We have to go. No time to waste. Libra still being in balance. So spiritual cooperation to perfect. Mental decision about physical resulting from the fairness shown by. So you have to be indeed obeying law toward it. It is not about being like a unlawful. Justice is the motivation here too. Things have to be set right. There has to be light in the darkness. Indeed, this apocalypse most likely mean that the truth comes to a light. This truth here is also your motivation. Maybe it's been lost a bit here. Okay, now let me give you advice. Some animals come here to give you advice. I love this deck. Where is this now? Where did I put it? This. Woodland Wardens. It's called. Which is the animal now and the horse here? It's nice this horse is smelling here, the roses. Okay. Show me your faithful ally. Bear. Nice. Bear and Sarah. Leadership. Okay, very much Aries energy again. So this is totally time to call the leadership or call out the leadership. This is time to lead. Totally. Okay, where was here? So it. The bear and Cheddar calls us to be powerful but benevolent, embodying the qualities of great leader. Bears are emperors of the woodland and guardians of the forest. Paired with Cheddar, a plant known for its healing, protective, and cleansing qualities, this card invites us into mature authority. The spirit of the bear is guiding you to leadership opportunities and reminding you to rule with fairness and care. And how can I be a better leader is a question for you, and who can benefit from my knowledge and experience. It's time to show that knowledge and experience to the world. Beautiful. Wow. Bear is also my spirit animal. I feel really much this pile is for me. And sleeping bear, wow. Maybe somebody's waking up this bear now. Yes. Because this would be like indeed the bear's winter season ends, and still really talk about some possible power. If there comes any war, it shows here in the card. There is some powerful leadership actions needed to take because things have to be fair. Current feelings of your person. Closed eyes. This one. I'm using my inner eye, my third eye, to get to this. Messages. We love messages. Current feelings of your person. One more. Yes. If here it's yes, positive vibe. Pink cute piggy, I want you, and positive energy. If you have knowledge, let others light their candles in it. Margaret Fuller. Wow, it's really to be this kind of powerful leader with a light. Emotional roller coaster. High and lows, restless pleasure and pain. Non-committal addictive connection. It feels like sometimes there is a high, peak and low. Luck dragon, with you is the only way to go on a quest. Nice reference to the never-ending story. Any true love relationship is actually a never-ending story. It's beautiful. See this love as luck in your life. Game over. My heart belongs to you. You are the only one for me. And Paradise Lost quote. The mind is its own place and in itself can make a heaven or hell of hell a hell of heaven. John Milton. Maybe I read it again. The mind is its own place and in itself can make a heaven of hell a hell of heaven. I think you have to be aware of this darkness that show up, like indeed this mindset, or even what you choose with your mind, can be paradise or paradise lost. Your mind is also a weapon. It would show here too. So be careful about what your mind calls. It can call the hell or heaven. So did I give you everything? I guess. Let's see if everything is still going. Yes. What can I say? This was the golden compass. A little bit, some fights in the air. Maybe I verified this a little bit. What would be most interesting to know? Maybe what is this kind of little bit like a vendetta energy here? Why you need these tactics? What is going on here? The Lovers. Choice. This is a choice. Here is, you really want to have this true love in your life. It's almost like you do anything, even the fight in like you fight for the love. You want this lovers. You want this true love. It's a little bit naked here. I have to put these things here. It's all about the fighting for the good cause. The lovers to be together. Gemini card too. Relationship also both is like a symbol of the relationship. Self-centered fight. Yes, you are really much alone here in many picture, but still, the next move to make is honor this positive vibe of the love in your life. Whatever is that, you're willing to do anything for it. But anyway, it's here, beautiful. Let's. And this maybe there's a reason why this horse is smelling the roses in this pile. There is really like a love that is the firepower. Yes. Sometimes being silent it's like you are really like taking it all in. You don't know what to say. It's like there's this saying also, like silence is gold and speaking is silver. Your actions show who you are this year. Yes, Fire Horse year, that's the moment you show if you care about the person with your action. Yes, you're willing to take a very even dangerous action to what it takes. It's like whatever it takes, you are there to fight for the love. Okay, thank you for seeing this reading, and welcome to see those horoscope readings. I'm gonna do them next, and let's see what comes in those predictions. But this was now for the Fire Horse year, my predictions. Thank you for watching this, and remember to subscribe if you already didn't, and like, it always helps my channel. Bye!